This is Electric Universe Geology Earth News. Today we're going to look at Sonora, California's right here. These are the Sierras. To the west is the Central Valley. And there's this bizarre formation that runs down here, over here, has a river cut through it, continues, and it kind of continues over here a little bit. And it's sinuous, and it's not the high point. It's kind of the low point. You can tell by the drainage being here that it's down at a low point. There are other areas that are higher surrounding it that aren't covered with basalt like this is. And it gets much more interesting than just being a 300-foot thick layer of basalt that doesn't have an explanation. You can't follow it up to a source into the mountains like you should be able to with flows. Normally with a basalt flow, you can follow it right to where it comes from because it doesn't evaporate. It doesn't dissolve. It's very resilient to erosion. So here you don't have any tongue of basalt going to a source. And what's even more interesting is what's buried under the basalt. There's a layer of rhyolitic tuff. They don't call it welded tuff, just tuff. So it's volcanic type dust. It's very thick. And then under the rhyolitic tuff is gravel. And amongst the gravel is gold. Lots of gold. There were gold mines all through here. They would sink shafts going vertical through the basalt, or they'd drive them in from the side going under the basalt. And with the gold, they found modern human bones. And supposedly this basalt is 30 million years old, and supposedly modern humans are only a couple 100,000 years old. So that doesn't make any sense. And with the modern human bones are toys and tools and weapons and mortars to grind grain made of granite that have decorations on them. And it's not easy to decorate granite. It's really hard rock. And the mortars that they found in the 1850s and 60s when they were doing the gold mining are different than the mortars that the local population was using. So geologists think that the miners who found these bones and these tools and toys were hoaxing the geologists. But they'd all have to get together because they were finding these things all over the place, not in just one location. So it's as if all the miners were to have a conspiracy to fool these stupid geologists as opposed to actually finding them. I'm going to have a link under this that's taken from a work called Forbidden Archaeology, and it has lots of details about these bones. I suggest that you read it. It's really a wonderful report with all kinds of details, and it'll explain what it is I'm talking about. I have a couple of photographs that show you something here. This is a shot looking north, and this is the basalt cap, and underneath of the basalt cap is a rhyolite tuff layer, and then gravel full of gold and modern human bones. This is hard to justify as a flow. It doesn't have a source. The only thing that seems like it would be an option for this is melted material from above, but it's forming in a rather sinuous manner, like a filament is coming along the low area. And the modern bones, by the way, are found at the bottom of the gravel, not at the top, right next to bedrock, as if they were living on the rock. There might have been a stream around without gravel, and then all of a sudden, these people were covered with many, many, many feet of gravel with gold in it, and then rhyolitic tuff, and then basalt on top. That's a very catastrophic image. They didn't see what hit them. They got nailed by a sky full of gravel that had gold in it. So please look at the link, read it carefully. I think that it's just one more nail in the coffin of the standard geologic explanation for things. Thank you.